So a bullish start to the week as Bitcoin hits 64k. So are we going back to all-time highs? In this video, I'm going to be going over some of the trouble areas we need to get past on our way. Also review some of the trades that we talked about on Friday and show you the trade setups that I found today to produce these profitable trades. So let's get into it. So we'll start as we always do with Bitcoin itself. So a very strong weekly close in the end, considering where we ended up. So we bottomed in around 59.9k, and as I talked about last week and a couple of weeks before, the 60k level being all important. We've talked about it many times. Big round psychological number, weekly level, both support and resistance in the past, a weekly bottom of a weekly fair value gap as well, and also in and around that moving average 21 on the weekly time frame too. So it's a big area. I personally thought that if we were going to revisit that area from 66k, it was going to be a very short, sharp trip, and if you missed your opportunity, that would be it. However, the market actually gave people plenty of opportunity to get in around 60k. We're there for about 3 days, and then as you can see, we have zipped up. Particularly yesterday, we had a pretty good day on Sunday too. So in terms of resistance, we've obviously got 64k both on a weekly level or weekly time frame and a daily time frame as well. Speaking of which, let's dive down into it. Now this chart is a little bit messy because it's got my trade setup on here. So again, as I talked about last week, I talked about this trade setup on Friday. I entered this on it was Wednesday morning, and it wasn't the best entry. As you can see, it was up here about 61.7. The reason being, it was pretty much the very pico top of Wednesday, which is quite funny. But the trouble was, the reason for that, we dumped on Tuesday, and then I woke up Wednesday morning and we were already up at 61.7. And as I said at the beginning of the video, I thought that if we were going to come down and retest 59k, it would be a quick wick bounce up and we would have been left behind. So I thought, right, jump in here, put my stop loss below the wick, and we should be okay. And then of course we struggled for the next couple of days, narrowly avoided being stopped out on Thursday's dip down into the 59s, and then fortunately on Friday we started to rally, and yesterday, or this early as this morning I should say, I hit TP1, and now we've hit that first trouble area for BTC, which is this daily level of 64k. So not only a daily level of support and resistance, as you can see clearly, well respected level, but also the bottom of a daily fair value gap as well, which is why I had my TP1 here. Move my stop loss to break even, so if we do come back down, then I won't take any loss. I might look at re-entering if that is the case. But we've closed above the daily moving average 21. We're trending well above the RSI 50. Everything is looking good at the moment for BTC. We just need to get over this first hurdle of 64k, where this daily level resistance and fair value gap is. Then it's 65k, and then above that, then the next level would be 68k. Back where we topped out in July, and then it is up to those all-time highs of around 70k. So still a few trouble areas to get through, but we are trending quite nicely. The most important thing, as I say, is to clear these highs that we made at the end of September. Then we can continue this trend where we're forming higher lows and higher highs. So first case 64k, then 65, 66, then up to 68k. So all looking good so far. Ethereum, let's take a look at the weekly. Not too much to talk about, although not as good of a chart as BTC. You can see that we've actually made a lower high here on the weekly time frame on that weekly and daily fair value gap, so that doesn't look too good. We are trending below the RSI 50 with a bearish divergence formed last week as well, so not looking too good at the moment. If we go on to the daily, again, a little bit messy because I've got a trade set up that I'll talk you through in a minute. But in terms of the daily time frame, we did get a close back above that 2422 day level that I talked about on Friday's video. Managed to get above that. We're now in this trouble area of this daily fair value gap at the bottom of it, down at 2500, and the moving average 21 acting resistance, as well as the RSI 50 with a red trend bar on the Learning Crypto Trend and Momentum Indicator as well, which is why I entered a quick short this morning. So this was essentially a hedge against the Bitcoin and XRP longs that I opened last week. So as I said, we're up against the daily moving average 21, RSI 50 retest with a red trend bar. So that's why I entered. I had TP1 down here just above the 4-hour moving average 21, which was also a little bit of a level of support. Also a 4-hour fair value gap, bullish fair value gap as well, which is why I had TP1 there. Ended up catching the very bottom of it, TP1, moved my stop loss to break even. So then I got stopped out at break even on my hedge, which I was more than happy about. Although I was a lot happier about it when we were up here rallying in the last hour when we were up at 2,520. However, the market has pulled back a little bit since then. But that was my trade on Ethereum. We go back to the daily time frame again, similar to BTC. If we want to see a continuation of this bullish trend, we need to get a daily close above this daily fair value gap of 2,500 and this moving average 21 and the RSI 50. So it was looking good, obviously, as I said, about an hour or so ago. Not looking as good now. We'll have to see how the rest of the US market session goes, and then obviously the Asian trading session, and see where this daily candle close ends up. Moving on then to some trades that we talked about last week on last Friday's video. So if we go to the weekly time frame, I talked about AVAX, BNB and Sol looking like good potential entries on Friday because we were sitting on high time frame levels of support. So this one first on AVAX, as I talked about, on this weekly fair value gap of $26. And in fact, on Friday, I think it might have even been at the lower part of the fair value gap. So yeah, we're up here holding the bottom of the fair value gap as support on the daily time frame. As you can see, we had a nice impulse yesterday back above the moving average 21. In terms of if you're not in a trade already, I would wait for a daily candle close above $27.55. It'd be above this well-respected daily level resistance here at $27.11, and also this daily fair value gap here at $27.50. So I'd wait for a daily close above that. Then we're trending above the moving average 21, above the RSI 50 on the daily time frame, and above any obvious resistances. It should be quite a simple trade up to these highs of around $30. So something to look out for on AVAX. On BNB, on the weekly, again, talked about this weekly fair value gap holding as support on the higher time frames, and also the weekly mid-range and the moving average 21, all supporting BNB here. And you can see we got that closed above that weekly fair value gap. If we go down to the daily, again, where were we on Friday? So on Friday, just below that moving average 21 on the daily time frame. You can see yesterday, again, another nice impulse above that moving average 21. Now, if you're not in a trade already, probably wouldn't be jumping in here. We've just got some, we've got a daily fair value gap just above us, as you can see, and also this diagonal trend line of resistance as well. So I would wait personally for a daily candle close either above the bottom of the FVG, so jumping in at around 585, or wait for it to clear the fair value gap fully at about 595, or even if you're really patient, wait for a daily candle close above $610, which is the previous resistance we failed at after multiple attempts to get above it from the 23rd all the way through to the 28th of September. And then you should have quite a clear run up to 662, which is the weekly level, and then to new all-time high. So again, if you've got the patience, I would wait for that. If not, then you've got some other clearer triggers to aim for. And then finally, Solana. If we go into the weekly time frame, again, talked about this weekly fair value gap holding as support at 140, also the moving average 21, which we held as well. That being said, the moving average 21 is very flat on the weekly time frame for Solana, so not exactly a great indicator at the moment. On the daily time frame, again, on Friday, we were below the moving average 21. We've had a nice impulse yesterday, once again, above this moving average 21. However, once again, if you are looking at a long on Solana, I would probably wait for a daily candle close above $152. Reason being, as you can see, we've got this daily fair value gap, the bottom of it at 149, the top of it at 152, and we've actually rejected off it so far today currently. So as I say, I would wait for that. We're then above the moving average 21, above the RSI 50, which we currently are at the moment, and then you're clear of any local resistances. You then got quite a nice easy trade up to about 160, and then you've got the weekly fair value gap here at about 163, and then it should be quite a nice easy trade, especially if the rest of the market is trending up to those highs of $200. So that was last week's trade setups. Let's go through today's trade setups. Now, I posted all of these, including the Bitcoin and Ethereum trades that I talked about earlier, into the Learning Crypto Discord. So this is the Learning Crypto Discord. You can see we've got loads of chat rooms. This is our trading community. So if you want to learn how to trade or join a trading community, then check us out. Check out our website, learningcrypto.co.uk. But this is essentially the Discord. So this is the swing trades room. You can see all of the trades that I put in here. And today, so there's the XRP long, the Ethereum short. This is the ADA long, which I'm going to go over in a second. And then we've also got day trades as well from our other analysts. So that's more intraday on the lower time frames. We also have the members trades chat. So this is for premium members, not just the trading lounge, where people can talk about, you know, possible trade ideas, strategies, all that sort of good stuff. We also have trading competitions, trade of the week, all that sort of good stuff, and also trade success, where, as you can see, there has been a lot of profits shared every day. So as I say, if you want to check that out, go to our website, learningcrypto.co.uk. It is only £10 a month for premium membership, £20 a month for the Traders Lounge. Traders Lounge includes everything that's in premium. You can also get a 50% off for the first 3 months if you use the code intro, or if you just want to come into the free Discord, chat to people, have a look, see what it's all about before deciding, then you can crack on and do that as well. But let's get back to the trades, back to the charts. So as I just mentioned, that ADA trade, we go on to the daily. Now, unfortunately, this has been stopped out at break even after TP1, which is a bit of a shame. But if we go down to the 4-hour time frame, which is where I entered it. So I entered it because we had broken out of this 4-hour level of 35.5 cents, come back down and retested it as support, as well as the moving average 21, the RSI 50, and we had a green trend bar on the LC trend and momentum indicator as well. And just a quick note, the LC trend and momentum indicator comes with access to the Traders Lounge. So if you like this, it's an RSI, a trend indicator, and it also shows you bullish and bearish divergences for you as well, all in one. So very handy tool, and really enjoy trading with it. So as I say, it came down, retested this level of support, and was hoping for it to come up and hit these 3 levels. So the daily FVG, which is above us, as you can see, the bottom of the daily fair value gap was TP1, the top of the daily fair value gap was TP2, and then TP3 was up here at a 4-hour fair value gap. But as I say, we hit TP1, came back down, and stopped me out at break even, which I'm not too fussed about. At the end of the day, nice bit of profit. And if this comes down and holds this area again, I might, and the market starts recovering, I might consider jumping in with the same entry conditions. And then finally, XRP, which I went over on Friday. So as I said, I entered this on Friday. No, it was on Thursday. I entered this where we had essentially held the daily range lows and weekly fair value gap. So as you can see, clear range, here's the range lows, we got a deviation, range lows held again, and now we're down in the same situation. I'm essentially looking for what played out on the weekend of the 6th and 7th of September to play out again, and so far so good. So I entered right on this level here at around 52 cents. Placed stop loss just below this wick on Thursday, sorry. And as you can see, we've come up, tagged TP1, and I've now moved stop loss to break even. If we come down again and hold the daily range lows, then I might consider re-entering, but at the moment TP1 secured. If it comes back down and stops me out of break even, so be it, but I can't take a loss. But if I as I say, if it does hold these range lows after another retest, I will look at re-entering. TP2 is up here at the daily mid-range, and TP3 is up at the range highs. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the content, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Check out the Discord that we've got, and also let me know what trades you are currently in or you're looking to position yourself for, and do you think we are going to get back to all-time highs anytime soon? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you in the next video.